Sure, and we know in the book of Revelation, chapter 20, it talks about the fact that we see them that did not take the mark, that got beheaded for the testimony of Jesus Christ. So there is going to be a death threats future, I guess, and much more than that.
Isn't it interesting, Jesse? Isn't it interesting? You said we're going to be beheaded. That was the exact word, right? That's what Revelation says.
Yeah, it's true.
What religious establishment is known primarily for beheading people?
Oh, of course, yeah. I know where you're going, yeah.
Very interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. Islam prides itself in that. And, so my question to you is, now, I will agree that because you lived with your parents, it may be a different thing. You're under the guides of their household. It's their household.
Right.
You're not on your own. So therefore, it's a different ball game. But if you were a little older, how would and you lived on your own and you had your own income, and how do you think you would have responded to death threats?
Oh, I would have kept going. I've received death threats before and kept going, but it wasn't me who received this time. They threatened my parents. So let me tell you the whole story, and I haven't told this really to anyone. They took it upon themselves to shut me down. They got hold of my brother-in-law, who's running my website, who has access to my passwords. He shut down my website, and he actually went behind my back and shut down my YouTube channel without my permission. I wouldn't have shut down. They shut it down on my behalf without my permission.
YouTube did?
Yeah. No, not YouTube. My brother-in-law.
Your brother-in-law?
My parents wish it, yeah.
Oh, I see. Because there was some threats and they didn't want to deal with it anymore. I got it.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
So, what has been? Now we heard from your father just a minute ago, but what has been really? I mean, do they just not allow you on YouTube anymore? Do they? What do they stand?
Pretty much they said if I post on YouTube, they're going to kick me out of the house. Pretty much.
Right. Okay. Well, and at this point, you say you can't survive. You need the help.
Yeah, I couldn't live on my own sustain. I'm unemployed. I've been looking for work all summer, but haven't really found anything. And yeah, it's not an easy economy right now, as I'm sure you're aware.
Yeah, no, I'm totally aware. Sean, hold on one second. We're coming up to break. We're talking to Sean from YouTube. His channel is VenomFangX. Received death threats. He's just told us his father has confirmed them. And interesting stories here. We'll be back. We're talking to Sean from YouTube.com. Sean had a channel called VenomFangX, and he is discussing with us the situations that have transpired. Sean, are you there?
I am here. How are you doing?
Good, bro. I want to go through. I've got a lot of questions. We got a chat room going on live during the show, and there's a lot of people that have questions, and I'd like to dedicate this last 15, 20 minutes here to try and have you answer some of your fans
Sure.
and listeners. Micah says, how much did you donate to the Sick Kids Hospital? Now, the front of this is, after $500, I heard you say you were going to donate to them. She wants to know, now, I guess this is the question I have before you answer this. I saw where you said it was going to be $500 after $500, and then I saw another one where you kind of changed it. Was it the day after you changed it?
Maybe within a day, two, very, very short amount of time.
Now, was that because you got a whole bunch of offers right away?
Right.
Okay, so the idea was I wasn't going to get a whole bunch of money. Whoa, I got all this money, and now let's change it a little bit. So she's asking, how much money did you donate to the Sick Kids Hospital?
Well, part of the thing that I changed was where I was going to be donating to, because I realized that the Sick Kids Hospital is actually located near my area, and I think that's probably how people found out where I lived and why they sent me death threats. So I actually just said I would be donating to anonymous charities, and I donated around $1,000 bucks to various charities and organizations.
So I really don't think you're a dumb guy. You get it. You understand. You said one thing at one point.
I get it.
Yeah, you said one thing at one point. All of a sudden, all this money came rolling in. You said, wait a minute. Hold on. I got to change it a little bit. And then because of that, people really lashed out at you.
Right.
Whether that was right or wrong, but they lashed out at you, and now we have this. So that's probably the point that you would say, look, if I had to do it all over again, I probably would have just stayed with my original plan, and I wouldn't have caused this problem.
Absolutely. And I think one of the things people did miss is that You know, we've already explained this, so I don't think we need to talk about it at any amount of length. It's just I did come out and say, you know, if you feel I've wronged you, I'll refund you. I made it clear what my plans were. I made it clear that I had changed my policies. But like I said, people only focus on what they want to focus on.
Here's some more. Okay, there are a lot of people. Let me get to it. This is, I believe, from Q Dragon, I believe. Let's see. How do you think Gear Up is doing on your channel?
Gear Up is fantastic. You know, he's kind of surprised because the hatred that was directed towards me now, you know, I'm not even there. So he's the one who's getting all the flack, and he's even taken aback by it. He's been on YouTube for a long time too, and yeah, he's been kind of in the thick of the atheist-Christian, I guess, war that's been going on YouTube, but he's never gotten this level of animosity, and even he is kind of shocked. But
okay.
He's doing a great job. He's on top of it.
What was the main focus of your videos? Were against atheists? Was that what it was?
No, I mean, I preached the truth, and the truth rubbed some people the wrong way, and you know, there's an atheist culture on YouTube, and I often address them and tell them why I think they're wrong, and that causes a firestorm of controversy. But I wouldn't say I was against them. You know, I was trying to help them.
You know, I think you're doing a lot of good here, Sean, because you're coming out and you're saying, look, listen, we all need to say we're wrong in some areas, and I think you're doing a good thing today by letting a lot of people. There's a lot of people listening right now, and they're probably glad to hear some of the things you're saying. This is from Skylar.